All right, so I talked up Ashley earlier, and now we're going to bring her up here to show me up. So she does a good job, and everyone pay attention because she corrects me often. She's got the education to do it now. So, all right, here we go. She's going to do the maple cannolis.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so this is a really, really easy dessert that you should not be afraid to try at all. All you need is mascarpone cheese, toasted walnuts, a little bit of sugar, and in this situation, we're using maple syrup. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with 1.5 pounds of mascarpone cheese. And I'm using a paddle attachment. You can use a whisk as well. So we're going to start it on low. And we're going to add this in just a piece at a time. And I've had this out at room temperature for probably an hour now, so it's kind of like when you leave butter out. It gets nice and soft, it's easier to work with other than using it when it's really cold. So we're just going to put this in here and let it incorporate. Okay. This is how I start tiramisu, by the way. Next time. All right. And once that's mixing, I have about 3 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to add that in too. Turn this up a little. Okay, and you can see how it's kind of starting to pull away from the sides and pull away from the paddle. That's how you know it's kind of getting the consistency that you want to work with. Okay, so then from there I'm going to turn it down. We're going to add maple syrup. This is the grade A, the light. At home I have grade B, which is like really, really dark, so the water content is less. So when you're boiling it, it caramelizes really fast and it gets darker. And you'll see when I pour this that it's practically clear and it's really smooth and not like molasses. So I don't really know how much you put in it. It's kind of however much you feel. Depending on how much this is, it's okay. This is really expensive, so if you want to use a lot, you want to use a little, it's up to you. Nope. So you can see how light that is. Okay. That's probably about 1/2 cup, between 1/2 and 1/4. And we'll scrape it down once, just so we don't have chunks in there.
So what are you doing now, scraping the bowl down?
Yep, scraping it down. Okay. Just like that. And then let it go for another couple seconds, just so it kind of all incorporates together. Okay. And that's it. And then you just add in some toasted walnuts or whatever nut you'd like. You can candy them if you want, but it's already pretty sweet with the maple syrup. And all you have to do is add an egg white and then mix in some sugar until it's all coated and then toss it in the oven for a couple minutes. And then mix this on slow so we don't hurt the mixer. And that's it. That's your filling. Take this out. Do you want a snack?
Nope.
Not on camera, chefs. Not on camera.
It's like back.
Okay, so I have a piping bag here. You can also use like the Ziploc bags. You just have to kind of fold it over so you are working with the corner. So the trick to this, I've seen so many people just not do well with this at all. The trick is to fold it over your hand so you're holding the cone here, and then you work with that. So when you're putting it in the piping bag, you can use your fingers to scrape the side of the spatula and then push it down. See that? And then see how I'm holding it? See that? And then other than trying to like get it in there and like shake it off, you just push it against your fingers and it comes right off. And you pull it up a little bit more. And just keep going with it. I've seen some interesting techniques over the past couple of years. Okay. We'll fill this up. Cut the bottom with some scissors. Take our cannoli shells, and you can just buy these at the grocery store, or you can make them. Okay, so you take this, just pipe it in there. And you want to make sure you get all the way to the middle, because nothing is more saddening when you eat a cannoli and there's nothing in the middle. It's the saddest thing ever. You're like, oh. Okay. And that is it. And then you can take some of your nuts, put them on the edges, just like that. One of the line chefs was talking to me earlier, and he told me that I should have put whiskey in it. And I was like, oh, I should have. This is probably the first thing I've ever made that doesn't have alcohol in it. So if you make this at home, you want to put alcohol, use whiskey. And then you can take some powdered sugar and just kind of put it over the top. Just like that. And then I'm going to take some maple syrup and try to carefully pour it over the top here, just to give it a little bit more. Come on. There we go. And that is it. That's how you make cannoli filling.